Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And Holly, I love you. Thanks for being here. Um,
I
this
like
is
that. She
what's
says.
that?
She says she likes the intro.
Thanks.
And,
Yeah, switching it up a bit.
Mhm.
I like the slower one for things that are more, sad, which is pretty much everything. But this tonight we're gonna talk about some shit like if we don't laugh, we'll cry type shit.
Yeah.
And he talks about being drunk, and it's one of those nights. I was just telling Matt I went to the local swimming pool, and as you guys know, I'm 85% blind, and my husband was wearing blue swim trunks, and there was a guy who got in the pool with swim trunks, and
Oh,
to me that's like, oh, it's my husband, even though it's a public pool and could be a million different people. So the guy starts swimming, like, not towards me but in the direction of me, so I think I'm hilarious, and I just go and walk in front of him, so I blocked him when he was swimming, and he's like, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I thought you were my husband. Oops.
very
It's
awesome.
not like I have my cane in the pool. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm visually impaired. You had blue shorts on. Don't wear blue shorts. What's the matter with you? It wasn't embarrassing at all.
No.
But yes, it is hot as motherfucking balls. Yesterday, and we'll get into this yesterday, Mr. Biden, Mr. Genocide Joe, came here to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and we found out like super last minute and made him a bit uncomfortable. So we will get to that then. But first, I believe we have some advice for socialists.
Yeah. So this is an article that looks to be in the New York Times. Intelligencer. A socialist case for Kamala Harris. Interesting. So it says, I haven't been excited about the Democratic nominee for president since 2008, when I was 20 and all in for Barack Obama. That passion had faded by his second term, as the limitations of his liberalism became clear over time. Since then, I've moved left, and I've come to think of voting as an act of obligation, not enthusiasm. Wow. After Senator Bernie Sanders lost the nomination to Hillary Clinton in 2016, I knew I had no choice but to hold my nose and vote Democrat anyway. 4 years
I
later,
didn't.
4 years later, I did it again for Joe Biden.
I didn't.
Me neither. Though I'm girding myself for the same tiresome exercise this year, I now have a request for the party. Don't make me vote for an 81-year-old man who couldn't answer a basic question about abortion last week. Give me Kamala Harris instead. If
We
Sanders
can
were
continue.
younger, I'd write a different article. So she's talking about Bernie, and if Bernie were younger, he would be cool. But so for
Like,
some reason, it's okay to talk about this now, right?
but how in the flaming fuck is that a socialist point of view?
Yeah, I'm scanning here. I'm
I
trying to
hold my
find
nose.
socialism. Where is the socialism here?
I'm not holding my nose for anybody. They stink too damn much. That's not
Yeah.
going to help. He's pooping his pants all over the place.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
No, I didn't even put that in here because there was so much other stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's in my list.
Of the poop?
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
So apparently Kamala Harris supported Medicare for all. Oh, until she did.
No, she did not. She definitely did not. And, here's the kicker. She's also the VP during a genocide. So if we're not going to vote for Genocide Joe, why the fuck are we going to vote for Kamala? Like, has she gone up against Biden? Like, oh, you can't do this. Oh my God. You can't do this, Joe.
She's never done that before.
No. She also was the Look, don't get me started. $15 an hour is shit. But we're still at 725 13 years later. And one of the things Kamala ran on was Fight for 15 with Genocide Joe, and her also ran on together. Then Kamala was the deciding vote on whether or not to get it, and they didn't even give that.
Yep.
And that's fucking breadcrumbs. Then you have the fact as her, as Kamala, all the shit she did. How very socialist. Yeah. This girl, first of all, nobody is going to be socialist and write for the fucking New York Times.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. They screen everything you write and say. If you even say the word socialism, that's being planted to get like all the ex-Bernie people like, oh my God, yeah, she's right. Let's go to Kamala. People are, and I did a show about this the other night. People are legit all over Twitter like, Kamala Bernie. What? Like, wait, what?
Who dreamed that up?
What's that?
Who dreamed that up? I mean, that sounds made up.
No, it's people that like I've known for years through the Bernie movement. And they're like, yeah, if Biden steps down, we can have her move up and Bernie as VP. And I'm like, do you realize who Bernie is now? Do you realize he is not the Bernie we all busted our asses for? That's not the same Bernie. My friend Joe, and refusing to call this a genocide, that's who Bernie is now. No. Like, that is the lowest bar in the world to be like, well, he'd be better. So would I, and I'm not going to fucking run. Like, no. Like, you either are against establishment or you're not. Saying, I'm against establishment, but we can put Kamala up instead. There is no but. You're against establishment or you're not. Anyone who takes corporate money, fuck them. No, I'm not voting for your ass. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's bananas. So yeah, that's very socialist. That's all you people who call yourself socialist, you better, like, I love how she's like, I have a favor to ask. Please don't make me vote for Joe Biden.
Please replace him. Please, just
First of all, who are you that you're in so fucking important that you think they're going to be like, oh, this girl is asking?
She's a senior writer at the Intelligencer. Okay, so
Mhm.
she's very important.
Well,
Her opinion matters.
she probably got paid a pretty penny to write that fucking trash.
Says she's not a lefty, but I think she's our best option. A socialist case for Kamala Harris. She's not a lefty. That's true.
She certainly is not. And she's not a socialist either.
Hmm.
Like, the thing is, this is very much so one of those things like, tell me you don't know what socialism is without saying the words, I don't know what socialism is.
It's
Like, this is
partly
that.
that. It's partly that, and it's partly like tying the word socialism to these democratic, you know, established politicians who have nothing to do with it. It's part of like shaping the way people think. A lot of people
Yeah,
read this.
the same people who are like, you can't vote for Bernie, he's a socialist.
Yeah,
Now they're
yeah,
like, we're socialists too. That's why you have to vote for Kamala. Yeah,
it's
that
gross.
was a very inspiring article. Makes me think. That's why fucking labels are trash. When people are like, what are you, a leftist or something? I'm like, I'm an independent thinker. That's what I am. I don't fucking label myself because the second you do,
Yep,
you're not that left. Well, you're a little more left than that person. Well, look, I'm an independent thinker. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. But people like this saying there's like socialists, that's why labels are trash right there.
yep. They can be co-opted and redefined, and
Do you remember progressive? You remember how it was like,
mhm.
and then Hillary came out and she's like, I'm a progressive. I was
I
like
used to,
progressively
I used
more
to
and
be a
more
progressive.
trash each
I used to,
day.
I used to say that I was a progressive.
Oh, I totally did. Totally. Or like I go through my fucking Facebook memories and sometimes I'm like,
All the Bernie
oh,
stuff.
like 8 years ago, I'm like, you guys don't vote unless they say they're progressive. And I'm like, oh my God,
That's why I don't go
Joanne.
on Facebook anymore. I don't even log in. It's too embarrassing. Also, it's a government owned.
I know. I'm only on there to look at my memories, and because a few family members, I don't post on there at all, except when I share the memories, like the stupid memes and shit. But I'm
Yeah,
mostly on Twitter, even
me
though
too.
it's a hellscape. What next do we have?
Uh, let me just play this.
Oh, damn. I'm Kamala. Okay. Happy 50th birthday to hip hop. When people think of me, okay, they think hip hop. I grew up in Oakland. I'm wearing this shirt. I scream hip hop. Hip hop! So, yeah, I'm into hip hop. I want to give it up, okay, to all the greats. So, Missy, TLC, ODB, DMX, okay, ABC, and LGBT, okay, Q, Lil Nas X. Giving it up. We here at the residence. It's lit. That's a word I have said before. A wise, okay, man once said to the window, to the wall, okay, to the sweat, drop down my balls. Skeet, skeet, motherfucker. Skeet, skeet, goddamn. Those words are poetry, okay? I mean, it rhymes. So technically, that's poems. Happy birthday, hip hop. Kamala out. Hey.
That is so fucking good. So good.
I like it.
Can you guys can you see any comments you want to highlight?
Yeah. Miguel says, I can see the actual Kamala saying that.
Oh
Me
my
too.
God. Remember when in 2019 when she was trying to run and failed epically, and she went on Breakfast Club and she was like, I had a bootleg Tupac tape and I kept it in my trunk. And then it turned out she was like, you know, like not in school when she was in school before he was
The
born.
time didn't line up. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God, I had a bootleg in my trunk. Ah! And then last week, that video, we out here in these streets, girl. Oh my God.
We're not going to play that one again.
Ugh. Like every time they try to make someone like remember Hillary, Pokemon Go to the polls. Like,
I remember.
oh my God, you are making it worse. That's so bad. What do we have next?
Here's a little audio clip of Mr. President. I'll let him speak for himself.
By the way, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman to serve with a black president. I'm proud of the role of the first black woman in the Supreme Court. There's just so much that we can do because together there's nothing. Look, this is the United States. By the way,
Huh.
Oh, he's the first black president. Okay. There's a first black woman on the SCOTUS.
On the Supreme Court,
Okay.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. I mean, he can brag about that. That's pretty awesome.
He kind of just says,
well, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman.
First vice president, first black woman.
Black woman to serve with a black president. I'm proud of the role of the first black woman in the Supreme Court. There's just so much.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't. He's such a mess. If we don't laugh, we'll cry. Like straight up. What do we have next? This was hard, you guys. That's what she said. This was difficult to pick only certain clips because, oh my God, they're just nonstop. But I'm glad people are finally fucking acknowledging the fact that he has cognitive decline out the wazoo and has forever.
We have comment. Kamala makes shit up on the spot, just like Biden.
Yep.
And Antoine says she also said she remembers when Snoop Dogg dropped his first album, but she got the dates so wrong. They're all.
I wonder if she knows Snoop Dogg's even a rapper. She probably thinks he's like a dog, like legit. I don't know. Stupid.
All right.
Okay.
Here, what is this?
By the way, the same stable genius said the biggest problem we had in the Revolutionary War is we didn't have enough airports. Whoa. By the way,
Is that real? Is this real?
Yeah.
I didn't vet this.
No, it's real, and it's from a few days ago.
By the way, the same stable genius said the biggest problem we had in the Revolutionary War is we didn't have enough airports. Whoa.
Oh.
Weird, right?
Oh, there's more.
It's like he realizes.
There's more.
He realizes.
Yeah, that one he's like, oh, like he was like a second later, like
Stuff there.
the drugs were starting to kick in there, I guess.
We have an article. Let's see. Abigail Disney. Biden and DNC not getting another dime until president steps aside.
I don't know if it's an article or just a screenshot.
Seems to be an article. We'll see if I can view the whole thing. If Biden does not step down, the Democrats will lose, she told media outlets. So she's like the granddaughter of someone who owns Disney, right?
Yeah.
Say here. An
Of
heir to
Walt.
the fortune, Abigail Disney, who is a major Democratic donor, said she would not give any more money to President Joe Biden or the DNC until he steps aside. So Abigail Disney said Biden and the groups supporting him will not receive another dime from me until they bite the bullet and replace the president, in an email to the New York Times.
Now, apparently, the guy who owns Netflix did the same. And apparently, he donates $100 million every 4 years. I'm sure he does, to other candidates as well. But he said the same thing. I'm not giving any more because, ew, Disney, like a million ews. But even these people, like fucking Rob Reiner, okay, one of the most gross, vote blue no matter who, my life will never change regardless of what happens, but I'm going to shame everyone. Even he said it's time for Biden to step aside. Whoa. This is some crazy shit. And now as of this morning, I don't know if now more came out, but as of this morning, there's 4 elected representative Democrats who have come forward and said Joe needs to resign.
Oh, it's okay. So they're being allowed.
4.
They're allowed to say that now.
And now that 4 Democrats have come out, I think more will. Because the first ones always need the biggest balls, but I mean, Republicans, yeah, they're going to come out and say it. But 4 Democrats have said they need to replace him. They should be pulling the 25th, but it doesn't matter because being stuck with Kamala will still suck. But let's be clear, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments too. Just put yes or no. Will Kamala win against Trump if she runs as president? I don't know who Vice President Gavin Newsom, I don't know. Whoever. Will she win?
Miguel says no.
Agreed.
JoJo in 3D says no. Frankie Lee says no.
100% agree.
Holly Horn says he wrote a letter to the DNC saying he wasn't quitting.
I know. Yep. Oh my God.
It's all part of the theater. I'm so sick of the fucking
That's on them.
theater. And Holly says no. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think she has the slightest better chance. The only possible thing she would have is first woman president. But everybody kind of got over that in 2016, I think. But that would be like, she's like 1/4 Black, so she's a woman of color, so
Yeah.
I guess she could use that as well. But the only people who follow identity politics are vote blue no matter who anyway. It's not like us socialists or what have you are going to be like, oh, well, it's a woman now. Oh, wait, I'm voting for Jill Stein and she's already a woman. I don't care. What is next?
Joe Biden responds to criticism about his cognitive problems. And let me know if you can't hear this clip. StreamYard's giving me error codes.
No.
Interesting. So you got no audio on that. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
Let me reshare.
It would be humorous if Kamala ran and lost, because then it would be like, 2 women have run and 2 women have lost. Everyone's sexist. Everyone.
All right, we'll try again.
Well, guess what? They're trying to put me out of the race. Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020.
Oh, yeah, he was so good right until the end there.
I will beat him again in 2020. Awesome. Back to the Future. I'm not going through this shit again. I can tell you that much.
Sorry, we're in a time loop.
Oh my god. That was like, you remember when Trump supporters had those shirts in 2020 and it said, make 45 46 again? And it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
do you mean make him stay 45? Like, how do you, I don't fucking know. How do you become 46 a second time? Because there's never been a 46. And I don't know.
You're thinking about it way too much.
I know! Damn it!
Miguel says, quote, "We finally beat Medicare."
Oh my god. I shared that last week. Oh my god. I can't. Oh.
All right, here's a clip. Let me know if there's no sound.
Back down. Hey, baby. There ain't no easy way.
That poor girl. Feel bad.
He's not coming back for you.
Nope.
Back down.
And there's a screenshot I sent as well below that. Like her face before he came over and her face after he walked away.
Yeah.
Like, she's good enough to sit in the front row for optics. But then, like, really? And then she's just looking like she's not even like, because he's standing next to her. She's just like, that's just fucking, I mean, part of me is like, why the fuck would you support that piece of shit anyway? But like, it's just so gross and so sad. Like,
Yep.
But if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. So
That's what I heard.
Yep. What do we have next?
Best caption wins. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Let us stand together. Oh,
at the cross, at the cross, where
I first saw the light
and the burdens
Do I
of
stand?
my heart.
rolled away.
What?
It was there by
My faith.
faith. Now
Huh.
So, like, he's not even listening to them. He said, let's stand, and he looks over for his cues. That is so fucking sad. And I have no empathy. It's not that kind of sad. Not for that fucker.
Miguel says, "You stand up," with "you" in all capitals.
Yeah, exactly. You stand.
Miguel says he looks so lost. I think, yeah, he's suffering from like that Lewy body dementia, right? That's what the doctors are saying.
What is it?
The same thing that Robin Williams had before he died, the Lewy body dementia.
Oh.
So,
Yo, how is this fucking okay? Pelosi went on CNN a couple days ago and said Trump has dementia. How is that okay? Because even if we say the words cognitive decline, they go fucking nuts. But she legit gave him a diagnosis. And like, when people say that, I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's just an asshole. He doesn't have dementia. He doesn't like fucking this is that. That's not the same thing. He just lies a lot and he's a total piece of shit. It's not dementia. My God. That's one of the worst ones I've seen. This one right here.
yeah, where he's looking around nervously. He's tapping his hand like
he's like tapping now.
It's like he's learning how to do it again.
Maybe he was shaken up because of me and my comrades, because that was right after he left and when we were protesting him.
I'm sure.
It was like literally he passed us and then went right there.
So he points. He looks around and he's pointing right as the song is "Saved a Wretch Like Me," right? And then he points at himself. Is that some kind of symbolism? He's the wretch?
Not wench, Joe. Wretch.
Wretch, yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
He is wretched.
He sure is.
We have another dementia clip. Wow.
And I want to thank you for, I said, Bishop, good to be home. Please sit down. And I want to thank you for.
The please sit down, was that?
Yeah.
Answer to him?
Please sit down. Please sit down.
I said, Bishop, good to be home. Please sit down.
But, yeah, Miguel says his family is just as evil as he is, so it checks.
Absolutely. Shame on Joe Biden.
Family is forcing him to run. I feel like the family, is no good. Gretel lived with people with dementia, and they made similar looks and confused him.
Absolutely. Yeah, Joe Biden is the one pulling the puppet strings.
Seemingly.
Definitely.
It's weird.
And did you guys catch how after the debate when she was like, Joe, you answered all the questions? I don't know what was wrong with her voice, but she said it like that, and she goes, when he ran for president, I was like, damn, girl, you're legit saying his lines for him. Oh, my God.
Here we go. Biden's staff is miserable and alarmed as pressure builds.
I mean, I have a feeling, and good, because fuck the DNC. I hope they squirm. I hope they cry in the fetal position. I don't give a flaming fuck. I hope they suffer. But I think it's hilarious how they're finally like acknowledging something that was there the whole fucking time. They just thought they'd get away with it. And people are like,
you can't trust them, right? They waited so long until they got the green light from somebody somewhere. Okay, it's okay to shit on.
and I hope oh my God, I can just picture their faces when he was like, I'm in the race. I'm going to beat him again like I did in 2020. When he said that, they were probably like, no, you weren't supposed to say that. Oh my God. Like
Well,
when Trump wins, like even Dems are saying, yeah, Trump's gonna win. Trump's gonna win.
it's part of the
So
plan.
I think this could be one of the reasons that the Dems, their party starts to crumble, because they're going to lose, and it's going to be their fault because they kept in a dude who they knew was going to lose.
Yeah, it all seems a little too perfect for me, and I think it's, you know, how I feel about elections and election integrity in general. So
Oh
it all
yeah,
feels like it's manufacturing our consent for whatever happens.
absolutely, absolutely.
I have a Whoopi Goldberg clip we have to show.
Oh, okay. So full transparency, I haven't watched this because she makes my ears bleed, and I kind of like want to cry every time I even look at any of these women.
Yeah.
But I read the caption, so.
Okay.
I'm just going to add my 2 cents because I wasn't here on the day that y'all talked about it. I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together.
You should
show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go. Now, he had a bad night the first time that he went out and debated with Kamala Harris. And everybody wanted him to quit that and say, you can't talk to women like this, or you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. He came back, said, you know what, I got it, and gave 4 years. So, yeah, I have poopy days all the time. I step in so much poo you can't even imagine. Now, I'm not running the world, but I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff at some point. So I'm just simply saying, yeah, there are 2 debates. And if he can't do what he needs to do for the second debate, I'll join any crew that says get rid of him. But loyalty to me, if you are doing the job, I might not like everything you're doing. I don't like it all. But I'm going to stand behind you like those guys stand behind the guy who should have been the person people were talking about saying, yeah, Biden had a bad day, but this guy couldn't tell the truth if it split his lip. But nobody said that, but Anna said that, I believe, or something. She's not quite as colorful as I am. But the question now...
Give me a chance.
The question now is, because lots of Democrats are coming out saying, you know, oh, find somebody else. But when we tried to do that with DT, this is my new way of just describing him. When we said, listen, he shouldn't be on the ballot. Everybody said, no, no, no. The people chose him. We can't take him off the ballot. Well, I don't understand why anybody thinks it's going to be any easier to take Biden off the ballot.
First of all, that's a false equivalency, because taking someone off the ballot because you don't like them is anti-democratic. Fuck him. I'm not voting for him. I never have. I never will. But it's anti-democratic to take people off the ballot, just like how they took the Greens off the PA ballot in 2020. They were taken off our ballots. Same fucking thing. You can't just pick and choose who gets to go on the ballot. People vote, they choose who it is. They took people off the ballot in 2016. We went through that shit. So it's fuck the selective outrage. So, but then saying Biden shouldn't run again, because we're not saying that just because we don't like him. That's the difference. You're talking about Trump because you don't like him. That has no grounds.
Yep.
Knowing someone's completely incompetent, that is something totally different.
I agree. Miguel says, Whoopi is Delulu.
She's a damn mess.
I like that word. Delulu.
Delulu.
America, you in danger, girl, says JoJo.
You in danger, girl. Yes. Yes.
Doing the job. Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean, Whoopi? Can you elaborate? I don't know. I think we're going to move on to topic 2.
Oh, but yeah, when she said, I don't care if he poops his pants, Okay, look, all right, accidents happen, whatever. That's not the issue. The issue was he had poop on the front of his jacket. How that happens, I don't fucking know.
How does that happen?
But also, his grandkids had to come out and tell him and then block him as he tried to get it off. That's the issue. The issue is he didn't even know. So look, you're in front of the camera all the time. Look, whatever. Shit happens. But I mean, come on, dude. Come on. This is bad.
It's embarrassing.
Like, what about, okay, when Trump has those white golf pants on and everybody photoshopped poop stains on those for years? They weren't even a poop stain. They would just Photoshop on it. Oh my God, that's so funny. For years. Dude has actual poop on him. Well, that's, no, maybe it wasn't from him. Who the
I
fuck
step in
is
poop
rubbing
every
their
day.
ass up against him?
You don't step in poop all the time and have poop on your clothes every day. It's like Whoopi does.
Yeah, she
That's what she
does. I'm not gonna look. How do you not smell that you have shit on your jacket? Oh my God. If he wasn't such a piece of shit, I'd almost feel kind of bad, but I don't. What
All
do we
right.
have next?
We're ready for Palestine.
Oh yes. So yesterday, I'm with the Harrisburg Palestine Coalition, and we have 4 Palestinian families in the group as well. And this is a photo of a lineup of militarized police that were in between us and the motorcade. So we didn't get nearly as close as we were going to get for 2 reasons. Number one, they changed the location and time the night before at like midnight. They changed it so late. The only reason why we knew is because we knew someone on the inside.
Oh.
And they tipped us off. Why they want to help us and still work for him, I don't know. I don't know if they work for him, volunteer for him, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so we found out, we were like in our chat, like, let's go. New time, new location. So we go there. And then when they see that there was over 50 of us, it was like 100 degrees and it was awful out. So a lot of people did kind of start dropping off just for, it was bad. And we were on the blacktop and stuff. So, but there were over 50 of us to begin with. And, then all of a sudden, even though there's barriers set up, there's all these popo around like crazy. All of a sudden, when he gets out, when the procession starts coming through, all of a sudden they reroute up the block, the other side of the block, so they didn't have to pass by us directly.
Yeah.
They were a couple hundred feet down. Just last minute, I heard on the walkie, they're like, he's moving up. I'm like, oh my God, come on. But we were still in 4 fucking articles.
Yeah.
So, oh well. He knew we were there. His people knew we were there.
Of course, they saw you coming and they planned for it.
Yep.
Here's an article. Oh, geez. Full screen weather. Here we go. Biden's visit to Harrisburg sparks support and protests.
President Biden's 10th visit to Pennsylvania during his 2024 campaign left many different opinions on his fit for presidency. Some for and some against for more years. CBS 21's Sally Jacobs shares reactions from both sides of the aisle.
I got mixed reactions to Biden coming to town. Some say they drove all the way from Baltimore to come and support him. Others protested him with signs saying, "You're fired."
How old Kansas is getting?
Protesters
I didn't see any Trump
bottom of the
people
street from
at
Biden's
all.
appearance,
I
waving
don't know where
flags.
they were.
They said they were shocked when they heard he was
Is it just going to be Trump signs that they show?
No. I
Okay,
watched
shit.
this one.
Okay,
coming
all right.
here.
We do not support any of his policies at all. He's ruining our country. What he's doing is unconstitutional.
Meanwhile, a Biden supporter I spoke with off camera said she will vote for
Off camera.
Biden, but is questioning if he is too old for the
Interesting.
position.
We are not voting for a one-man show. We're voting for an apparatus of a federal government that is going to have effects far-reaching, decades-long.
I will also support if he decides it's time to, bow out and let Kamala Harris take the foreground.
Yeah.
Another protest on Dairy Street focused on issues in Palestine also happened as Biden was arriving. In a statement to CBS 21, the Harrisburg Palestine Coalition said, quote, "Biden had every chance to stop the genocide in Gaza, and he still can. His refusal to do so makes him complicit in Israel's crimes." Harrisburg says no to Genocide Joe.
We are the party of peace through strength. We are America first. We love our country. We love God. And
You can
we
turn it
support
off
everybody. Like, we just
But I couldn't believe they actually read our quote like in its entirety. Like it actually said the words like
Yeah, put it up on
Genocide Joe and Israel's crimes. Like, woo.
I like it.
Well, that was one. There's 4 of them, and that's the only one I watched.
Okay.
And I didn't read the articles, so who knows?
Let's read it together. And here's one. Protesters greet President Biden near Harrisburg. President Joe Biden's mid-state visit Sunday was met with protests. Dozens of both pro-Donald Trump and pro-Palestine protesters gathered in Swatara Township. The Harrisburg Palestine Coalition rallied on South 43rd Street, saying the president is not welcome in the capital city. They were demanding he take action to stop the Israel-Hamas war.
No, we did not say that.
I was going to say, is Israel-Hamas war on your signs?
No, it's
So,
not.
I feel like that's
I
propaganda.
knew that shit was gonna happen.
Our overarching message is that Biden is complicit in a genocide of the Palestinian people. And if he wanted to stop it, he could stop it tomorrow. Yeah, we saw that video. Protesters also demanded that the U.S. defense budget be slashed. They believe that would cut down on U.S. weapons being sent to Israel.
Yeah, no, that's not what we want. We want none of them. Not cut down, not cut back. That's not what we said.
Slashed.
Slashed.
They didn't use quotes there, so they
Yeah, of course.
some creative liberties. We have another article. This one, geez. Harrisburg Palestine Coalition holds protest ahead of President Biden's arrival. 22-second clip. Let's see.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Yemen, make us proud! Yemen, make us proud! Turn another ship around! Yemen, make us proud!
Dozens on Southland's west side protesting with signs. Oh, go ahead.
I love how there's like over 50 of us there and they show like 5.
Yeah. You know, they're really busy. They can only capture 22 seconds of footage for these.
True.
The Harrisburg Palestine Coalition announced Saturday plans to hold a protest before President Joe Biden's planned visit to Harrisburg on Sunday. Videos from the event show protesters chanting Free Palestine and holding signs that read things like End Palestinian Genocide Now and your taxes spill Palestinian blood. That's true. But that's the end of the article.
That's it.
That's all you get. No comments or anything yet.
So nothing about us chanting, "Get the fuck out of our city," and calling him Genocide Joe.
No, not in this article.
And saying, "You're not welcome here. Get the fuck out. Whose streets are streets?"
Here's article number 4. And I think this is one where it's like paywalled. I can't read the whole thing. But protesters confront Biden with calls for a halt of military aid to Israeli
aid.
Ceasefire in Gaza. Pro-Palestinian protesters line up across Dairy Street from police in riot gear shortly before President Joe Biden arrived for a campaign stop. Dozens of protesters opposed to U.S. policy on Israel and Palestine greeted President Joe Biden as he made a campaign stop in Swatara Township, although how much of an impact the issue will have on Biden's electoral chances remains to be seen. It says roughly 40 activists were there from the Harrisburg Palestine Coalition.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's the biggest reason people aren't voting for him. That's for sure. Don't you think?
What do you mean?
Because they said it's hard to know what kind of impact Palestine's going to have on Biden's reelection. But I think that's literally the number one reason people are not voting for him is because of Palestine.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many people who voted for him the first time, and they're like, no way in hell. So, I don't know, but all I know is the fact that he continues to ignore us 9 months later.
Yeah. Gretel says, I saw Fetterman was there too.
Of course he was. Little fucking bootlicker.
Jojo in 3D says, the people I hear yelling the loudest about Project 2025 haven't said zilch about the Palestinian genocide. Why is the actual genocide not concerning to some? So frustrating.
Yep. This fucking Project 2025, like, I heard about it like months ago, but like the past week, holy fuck. And it's coincidentally, it's all going crazy all over social media ever since Biden fucked up the debate. That's when it started. I've never seen it more hyped up than it has been since he fucked up that debate. But like, if you're that fucking stupid and able to be brainwashed that you're like, oh, Project 2025, how about Project 2024 of massacring over 100,000 people who are innocent? Because they're still going with the number 30,000. It's not, because they stopped counting months ago because all their data and everything got destroyed by bombs. So, and people on the ground, journalists and such, have said it is well over 100,000. And that sounds way more feasible. Way more.
Yeah.
But it's like, Biden's committing genocide. Biden's accused of SA. Biden hasn't done shit about healthcare. Well, Biden flubbed a debate. Oh my God, we need to replace him. It's like, you never cared. He's racist as fuck. You never cared. Like, he's done so much, so many disgusting things, and nobody ever cared. I mean, I want him out, so regardless of why they kick him out, I'm cool with it, but it's just like, people's priorities are... I mean, and now you're having someone breaking international war crimes. You're having him come to fucking Congress. That to me is fucking mind-blowing. Like, I'll be one of those, hopefully hundreds of thousands at the White House on the 24th, Wednesday, the 24th of July, when Netanyahu comes to talk to Congress. We're going to have a huge fucking protest at the White House. There are a lot of buses going from all over. So definitely look at Answer Coalition. They have buses going from a lot of states. So look into it because we definitely need a lot of people for sure.
Cool.
Faux show.
Cool.
What time is it? Okay. Yeah, we're actually going to cut it there. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the bestest. Please smash the like and subscribe. And I see 85 people on Twitter watching. Y'all better get your butts over here. Click like and click subscribe, because that's the only thing that helps my damn algorithm. And you guys just watch on Twitter and then exit out. Don't do that. Be a comrade.
Be a real person.
Be a real person. Help your girl out. My algorithm sucks, and I need your help. If you guys like what I do, you can buy me a coffee. Buymeacoffee.com/Savage Joy Marie Man. I have a Patreon that you can join for $3 a month. Everything helps. It really does. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will be making a few announcements this week. And thank you, as always, Matt, for joining me.
It's my pleasure. Have a good night,
Much
everyone.
love, everyone. Bye.